Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about choice. I know I've been talking a lot lately about the whole LGBTQ plus gay trans thing. There's a couple reasons for that. One is that my dad was gay and trans, so I have a lot of personal experience with that stuff, dating all the way back to the 1990s. And the other reason is that it's just such a hot topic right now. And it's interesting the way that it's like in a lot of people's eyes, it's like taboo to even to question that point or challenge the whole thing, to challenge people's identities, self-identities as gay, trans, whatever other words are included in that whole thing. Um, And it's like anything that you're not allowed to question or challenge. I mean, you know, to me, that's just like, oh, there's got to be something interesting there if you're not allowed to question or challenge it. It's like, what's that saying? It's like something to the effect of, if you want to see who rules over you or who has power and control over you, see who you're not allowed to question. It's that kind of principle. It's like if this triggers people so much, then and especially when you mean no offense, like when you don't have any intention of offending and you're not judging or hating, and yet you still get like attacked for discussing it. I mean, that's interesting. So the main thing that prompted this video was I wanted to basically say, well, I wanted to look at the point that your biology, right, how you're born, is not a matter of choice. You don't have any choice over your biology. I mean, did you choose to be alive? Um, do you get to choose when you die? Do you have a choice to not breathe? I mean, you could say that you do, but then the result of not breathing would be dying, wouldn't it? So, common sense, why would anyone ever choose that? And it kind of, I don't know, I've questioned for many years now, like whether or not choice exists at all as a concept, because the more I look at myself and this world, the more I'm just like, man, this choice thing is an illusion. I mean, look at how many people, for instance, wish um, that they could be, for instance, like better than they are, or wish they could be something that they aren't already. And yet they can't seem to change themselves. They can't seem to become better. They can't seem to be able to be the thing that they're not, that they would like to be. I mean, if choice existed, why wouldn't you just choose that? I could also question how much, people are brainwashed with the idea of choice through marketing and consumerism. Like Baskin Robbins 36 flavors of ice cream or whatever. It's like there's something deeply subconscious about being presented with all these choices, as though it gives you some kind of power that you don't really have. And that's what I find, is the more that a person tries to live and operate within the illusion of choice, it's like the more that they're just playing God. And this is where it relates back to the whole LGBTQ thing. It's like you're really just trying to play God with your biology. And that's not to say that you don't have some kind of relationship to your biology. That's not to say that who you are can't affect your biology to some capacity. But that's more a matter of creation and expression. Like as human beings, we have the ability to create. But even that doesn't necessarily imply choice, because usually creation is something that is enabled by operating within the parameters of reality. Meaning that, like, you know, there's certain, yeah, there's I don't know what other way to put it. There's certain parameters and everything by which we have to live within and abide by. And if you operate within those parameters, like you can go along and get along. You can create, you can do things. But that's not really choice, is it? That's more of a alignment where you're aligning yourself with reality. And within that, you can express and you can create. But if you don't align yourself with reality and you try to deviate from the kind of parameters and natural order of reality, I mean, you're playing God or being Satan, whichever way you want to look at it. And that's why this whole trans thing it's so obviously demonic. I mean, you even look at people who are trans. I mean, a lot of them look like haggard demons, and that's not to judge their appearance. In fact, I've observed the same thing about myself, right? It's like whenever I'm not, any times in my life where it's like I'm not living right and I'm living in a way that is deviant, where it's like, I'm struggling, I'm fighting with my reality. I'm trying to basically live within choice and the desires of the mind. I'll look at like photos or videos of my face and what I look like during those times, or even when I would look in the mirror and it's like, I look worse. I look, like, yeah, it's like there's always a look to it when people kind of become demonic and disorderly, mental disorderly. There's a kind of look to it. Whereas when people tend to like live good lives and align themselves with reality, with what's right, they tend to look good. There tends to be a kind of pure look to them. Anyways, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but the basic point with this whole choice thing, and especially when it comes to the whole trans thing, is there is no choice. It's delusion, and within that we are frankly disrespecting our biology. It's like we're misunderstanding and disregarding and disrespecting basic biology. And yeah, that's an education problem. That's a problem with the way that we've been conditioned and brainwashed to live in our desires, to live in our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and within that, to try and attempt to play God. And within that, we've completely disregarded and disrespected biology, basic biology. Oh, hi, Topanga. And so, yeah, that's what we got to get back to, guys. We have to become people that respect biology and work with our biology and work with what's here. And again, it's not to say that we can't improve it and make it better and create, better biology and create a better world for ourselves and a better experience for ourselves. But you have to align yourself with reality and work with the reality that is here to be able to do that. not project yourself into some fantasy ideal that you would desire and then try to impose that over physical reality. That's what the surgery, the trans surgeries are, or any body modification surgery for that matter. You're trying to impose an image of reality onto a fantasy onto reality, and it doesn't work that way, guys. It never ends well when you try to live that way. All right, thanks very much.